here with us as this study is going to be continued. And with me here, I have Dr. Lim. I would like to welcome him. Good morning, Dr. Lim.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Just an update, Rajesh sir is in the Nagpur retreat, so he may not be able to join for this session. So we'll be continuing without him today. So
Okay.
we'll go for the practice and
Yeah.
then studying of the sutra.
Okay.
Before starting practice, please sit comfortably. Keep your back straight.
So continuing with the Vimalakirti Nirdesa Sutra as it is, the sutra spoken by Vimalakirti, translated by the Tripitaka master Kumarajiva of the later Qin dynasty from Sanskrit to Chinese and translated from Chinese to English by SIF translation team under the guidance of Datuk Dr. Lim Siojen. So we'll continue from the verses where we left off in the chapter 8. In entering low status, one awakens the Buddha nature and possesses all merits. In manifesting weakness and ugliness, one attains the body of Narayana, which all beings delight to behold. In manifesting old age and sickness, one permanently cuts the root of disease and transcends fear of death. In having livelihood, one constantly contemplates impermanence and truly covets nothing. In having wives, concubines, or children, one remains always distant from the mire of the five desires. In appearing dull witted, one attains eloquence, mastering all without error. In entering erroneous ways, one saves sentient beings by the correct way. In appearing to enter all paths, one severes their causal conditions. In appearing to enter nirvana, one does not abandon samsara. Manjushri, a bodhisattva who can thus act in accordance with non-paths, is said to realize the Buddha Dharma. I'll take a pause here, Dr. Lim.
Yeah. This one is very, you have to read it carefully.
Mm-hmm.
You say a bodhisattva, in order to, what you call, to help the being,
Mm-hmm.
he had to lower himself.
Yeah.
Because we always accommodate to the beings that we wanted to help. Okay, so sometimes they are of a very low status,
Mm.
so we also lower ourselves in the status, no. So this does not, what they call, uh, destroy, okay, the image and also the property of a bodhisattva. Okay, I mean a bodhisattva, he is very free. Okay, in order to associate with what they call with all the sentient beings, he can manifest it in many forms.
Mm.
Sometimes in a high status, sometimes in a low status, no? Okay, so he also appear as a homebound, have a family, have wives, no? Have children and all these things. Okay, now two things. One, you have to detach from all the illusion. Okay, second thing, you need to engage, no, with all of them. Okay, so emptiness does not mean disengagement.
Mm.
Many people, they associate emptiness with disengagement, no, or empty. So they put away, throw away everything. No, no, no. You detach, no. Yet you should not, what do you call, you should not disengage. You detach, but you need to engage. That is the most difficult part. Okay, so that means you need to synchronize between sunyata and also rupa. Detachment is a sunyata, okay, empty. But you go to carry out your duty to achieve your goal, that is sunya. That's rupa. So
Mm.
these two, you need to strike a balance between the two. Yeah.
Okay. Even here, just wanted to ask you about this. In manifesting weakness, the second verse, one attains the body of Narayana, a powerful godlike physique, which all beings delight to behold. I mean, they're manifesting weakness, but on the other hand, they're talking about a powerful godlike physique.
Yeah. One day Buddha is said that he's sick, so
Hmm,
he need this some this milk. That's why Nalanda go and beg the milk for the Buddha. Then Vimalakirti said that no, Buddha, you will not be sick,
hmm,
Okay, the sickness are all to be pretenses.
hmm,
They just
hmm, hmm,
manifest the sickness, So that he said that this body also was subject to sickness, to remind us that our body can be decayed, One day it will be perished. Okay, that's a teaching.
hmm,
Now, you see, when you carry out your duty, it's not so easy. Okay, you need to engage many parties, You need to engage with a lot of people. Okay, so as an instructor, as a guru, everything. Okay, we always say that you need to be very accommodative. Okay, you need to use the skillful mean,
hmm.
Okay, to engage the student. Okay, not the other way, not to asking the student to follow your way. Okay, that is a main teaching of Malakati, yeah.
Okay, got it. So it's a skillful mean.
Yeah, skillful mean, yeah.
Okay. Then continuing, then Vimalakirti asked Manjushri, what constitutes the Tathagata seed? Manjushri replied, having a body is a seed. Ignorance with attachment is a seed. Greed, hatred, and delusion are seeds. The four per perversions are seed. The five hindrances are seeds. The six sense bases are seeds. The seven consciousnesses are seeds. The eight wrong dharmas are seeds. The nine disturbing states are seeds. The 10 unwholesome paths are seeds. In brief, the 62 views and all afflictions are all Tathagata seeds. He asked what is meant by this. He answered, if one perceives the unconditioned entering its proper position, one cannot again arouse the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi Chitta. It is like a high plane where lotuses do not grow, whereas in low, wet, muddy soil, they do bloom. Thus, no, go back please. Thus, if the unconditioned dharma enters its proper position, one can never again be born into the Buddha dharma. It is only in the mud of afflictions that sentient beings can arise in the Buddha dharma. Similarly, if one plants a seed in empty space, it will never grow. Only in fertile soil does it flourish. Thus, if it enters the unconditioned proper position, the Buddha Dharma does not arise. Even when arising from the view of self like Mount Sumeru, one can still arouse the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi Chitta and generate the Buddha Dharma.
Yeah. Many people commented to Buddha,
Hmm.
that his land are very dirty,
Hmm.
Okay, full of the kind of what they call a lot of
Unclean things.
bad unclean activity. These are the thing. So there are two things. Buddha said that when your mind is clean, your land is clean.
Hmm.
Okay, when your mind is dirty, the land is dirty.
Hmm.
There's one thing. Secondly, is that okay? In order to save all this being, okay, many of the being are not in a very good state. So Buddha cannot manifest too good a state,
Hmm.
Too good a state, they wouldn't born there, Okay, so they need to manifest a state which is suitable for the being. You see, we always say that God is only one.
Hmm.
Okay, but why we have so many gods? Islamic God. Okay, you have this Hindu God. You have this Christian God. Okay, why so many God? Not because of God, because of the being. There's so many type of being, Okay, so in order to save them, so God had to manifest it in many form. Okay, one form is suitable to certain kind of category of people. Okay, these are the thing. Okay, so the same thing with the teaching of the Vimalakirti. Okay, why this Bodhisattva have many form? Not because they wanted to be many form, because of the sentient being. Okay, so that there is a very famous quotation in Vimalakirti that the fertile soil of Bodhisattva is the being
Hmm.
being, no. Okay, they may not be very clean. Then that's why the Buddha always use lotus, no. You see, lotus is very good because lotus coming from mud,
Yes.
not a dirty, that is dirty, but the flower are clean, the flower are serene, beautiful, these are the things. So that you as a Sunya practitioner, okay, you as a Zen practitioner, you are in this difficult world, okay? So you should come out like a lotus,
Hmm.
clean in one hand, but another hand, you are not worried about the mud. You're not worried about all these things, So you can work around with them. You grow this thing. It doesn't seem to be very what they call to be very holy,
Hmm.
You see, in our Sunya school, okay, so we always ask the Sunyati work well to become a millionaire.
Hmm.
Okay, so to many people, we are very we are very materialistic
Materialistic.
mind. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're talking about making money. You're talking about become a millionaire. These are the things. We say that there's nothing wrong, no, to become a millionaire. There's nothing wrong to make money. Okay, it's only wrong when you are conflicting with the Panchasila.
Hmm.
As long as you work everything within the Panchasila, no matter how you do it, no matter how you enjoy your life, there's nothing wrong in that.
Okay.
So that's a general view. That's a general view. Okay, that is very, very different to those Sramana. Sramana, they go for simple life.
Hmm.
Okay, three bowl and three ropes and only one bowl. Okay, simple food, simple life, simple living, everything simple. Okay, everything cut to the minimum. They are the minimalists. So Brahmana not minimalist. We are quite not to say complicated.
Hmm.
Okay, so we love big houses, big car. Okay, we travel a lot. Okay, so we do business. We all these things because of the sentient beings, not because we would like to do all these things because we need to engage with people. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's the second level of yoga engagement with
Hmm.
the surrounding. You should engage with the universe. Okay, you should engage with the society. You should perform your duty. So when you perform your duty, you need to change your role.
Hmm.
Okay, sometimes you need to play with different roles.
Hmm.
Sometimes you are very fine. Sometimes you are very aggressive. No,
Hmm.
okay. Sometimes the method may even doesn't look clean.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever it is. Okay, all this because you want to do something good. So the method can be multiple way.
Hmm.
The method can. So that's why this is the ultimate freedom. You're free to do many things. Okay, you should be result oriented, not a procedure oriented.
Hmm.
Okay, we always say that you should look at the position
Hmm.
pointed by the finger, not the finger itself.
Hmm.
You don't look at the finger itself. Look at the finger itself. Sometimes can be very misleading.
Hmm.
Okay, so we sitting in the opposite way. We pointed to the same thing at the same thing, but the finger are pointing at the opposite directions. We always say like that. So that's why the Samana and the Brahmana, the practice are very opposite to each other. Samana lead a simple life. Okay, simple food, simple living, simple clothing. This is the world of Samana. But Brahmana, no. Okay, they have they have a lot of jewelries. Okay, they have very. You see all this bodhisattva. They are very well dressed. No,
Yes.
full of jewelry, nice long hair, beautiful
Yes.
hair,
Jewels
long
and
hair, beautiful
everything.
hair. So that's very, very different from the Samana, but the objective the same
Hmm.
to achieve Anuttara Samyak Sambuddha. That is the
Yes.
same. Okay, so that to achieve something, there are many paths. No, they said there are 84,000 paths. There are a
Hmm.
lot of paths. No, okay, so that you should choose a way that's suitable for yourself. Okay, this is the basic. So you no need necessarily have to follow other people. No. Find a way that suit yourself. Do it. Yeah, this is the thing. So anyway, if you do it properly, you can achieve the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Yeah, yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Lim, for sharing this because it's very important to understand this. You should be more result oriented than looking like you gave an example of the finger and the moon.
Yeah, yeah. No, you should be very practical, no,
Yes.
when doing the thing. Okay, not to be too orthodox and keep on sitting. Don't worship the dogma. Do not
Yes.
worship the rules.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see, we always say that ahimsa, you shall not kill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we go for a campaign to anti-dengue,
Mm.
then you have to kill the mosquito.
Yes, of course.
You make a choice. Either you kill the mosquito
A
or
mosquito
the
kills
mosquito
you.
kill your son and daughter. No, 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 no. That's why you need to make a choice. But sometimes we break the rules also.
Mm.
Sometimes we break the rules also. So,
Mm.
but of course, we try to practice ahimsa in our day-to-day life. Try not to harm any life. No,
Mm.
okay. That is always the teaching. But sometimes, as a situation arises, you may or you may not be able to stick to the rules.
Hmm.
Okay, so there are some fishermen,
Hmm.
okay, even during the Buddha's time, they said that they cannot practice Dhamma because they involve a lot of killing,
Yeah.
But even that, Buddha still accept them, Okay,
Oh.
because that is due to their livelihoods, They have no
Hmm.
choice but to do that, but still they can practice the Dhamma. That's why sometimes the action itself may not be very clean, okay, but it's accepted, because that is real life.
Yes.
Real life is not so simple, You cannot have every ultra clean life. No, it's not
Hmm.
possible.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's not possible at all. Okay, so that you need to do a lot of compromise.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, a lot of compromise, Yeah, that is the central of the teaching. Do some compromise. Okay, don't stick to the both end.
Hmm.
So as the Nikaya Sutra, I remember one saying. So when wood is floating in the river,
Hmm.
if the wood do not stuck to the left bank, the wood
Okay.
not stuck to the right bank,
Okay.
if for continuously, one day he will reach the sea.
Oh.
Okay, so when you practice, so you don't stick to sunyata, you don't stick to rupa,
Rupa.
you don't stick to one side. You balance the two, then
Hmm.
you can have achievement. Maximum 7 years. Okay,
Hmm.
you can have great achievement. Yeah,
Okay, I'll continue the
yeah,
reading.
yeah, please. Yeah,
Therefore, it should be known that all afflictions are the Tathagata seeds. Just as one cannot obtain priceless jewels without descending into the great ocean. Similarly, without entering the ocean of afflictions, one cannot obtain the treasures of omniscience. At that time, Mahakashyapa exclaimed, "Excellent, excellent, Manjushri, well spoken indeed. Truly, as you have said, the companions of defilements are the Tathagata seeds. But we now are no longer capable of arousing the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi Chitta. Even those who commit the five heinous acts can still give rise to intention and be born into the Buddha Dharma. And yet now we can never give rise to it. It is like one whose faculties are ruined. He cannot any longer find benefit in the five desires. In the same way, the Shravakas, having cut off all fetters, have no further benefit within the Buddha Dharma and will never again aspire to it. Therefore, Manjushri, ordinary beings may still waver within the Buddha Dharma, but the Stravakas do not. Why is this so? Because ordinary beings, upon hearing the Buddha Dharma, can give rise to the mind of unsurpassed path and do not sever themselves from the three jewels. But even if the Shravakas were to hear the Buddha Dharma throughout their entire lives with all powers and fearlessness, they could never arouse the intention for unsurpassed path, which I think is Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. At that
yeah, yeah,
time, there was a Bodhisattva in the assembly named Samanta Vabhasa Rupa, universal manifestation of physical forms, who asked Vimalakirti, householder, your father and mother, wife and children, relatives and kin, officials and friends, who are they all? Your servants and attendants, elephants, horses and carriages, where are they all to be found? Then Vimalakirti replied in verse, Prajna Paramita is the Bodhisattva's mother. Upaya is the father, skillful means. All guides of beings, without exception, arise from this. Dharma, joy, is the wife. The mind of compassion is the daughter. A good and truthful mind is the son. The dwelling is the ultimate emptiness and quiescence, shunyata. The disciples are afflictions, klesha in multitude. They turn according to one's intent. The dharma factors are good spiritual friends. By these one accomplishes samyak sambodhi. Yes.
yeah. So these are the various character, Okay, various aspect.
Hmm.
Okay, now you see, life is not simple, To carry out your duty is never a simple task. That's why you want to do a business also. You are facing with all sort of conditions.
Hmm.
Okay, and not all the conditions are favorable.
Hmm.
Some of the conditions you have to bend your way, you have to break your habits. You have to break the rules in order to comply with certain scenario. That's why you should use your wisdom in carry out your activity. You should use your mind, your brain, to analyze the thing, then find a best way of doing that. Okay, so you may not be able to find a very clean way, a very sometimes we want to have a clean life, we want to have a very serene life, but it may not be so easy, because when you do your business, you're facing with so many type of clients, okay, so many peoples, okay, and each one of them, the demand is not the same,
Hmm.
okay, to deal with them also not easy, okay.
Hmm.
So sometimes people have to use white lies,
Hmm.
they claim but it do not do any harm. They call
Hmm.
it white
Hmm.
lights. Okay, that's in
Yes.
business. Okay, oh, my products are very good. My flower are very beautiful. All these things, Okay, so that is acceptable, That's acceptable. That's why in this the world of Brahmana is not so clean. Okay,
Hmm.
but Vimalakirti said that this uncleanliness also is also the seed. Seed means the foundation,
Hmm.
the foundation to achieve in a greater height.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you should not worry about all these things. So I think a clear example,
Hmm.
okay, is the Sramana and Brahmana. You see,
Hmm.
Sramana, when the Mara sent
Hmm.
a daughter to claim them, then they rejected it,
Hmm.
He will not accept the girl. But when the Sramana, they accept the girl as the wife,
Hmm.
Okay, so there's a difference between the two, yet both of them achieve the same Anuttara Samyak Sambuddha.
Hmm.
Sometimes you look at this, what they call Kumara Jiva.
Hmm.
Kumarajiba, when he is arrived in China, the king said that, wow, you're such a caliber man, Then according to the Chinese belief, a caliber man should spread the genes, should produce good children. That's why the king give him 10 women, A Sramana would not accept,
Hmm.
Okay, but Vimalakirti, if you don't accept if you do not accept the gift from the king, there's only one result, he'll chop your head off. You cannot reject, the gift from a king. So he accepted it, make them all his wife, These are the things. That's why the way of Brahmana is very different from a Sramana. Okay, this is what the Vimalakirti tried to explain.
Even here, Dr. Lim, something very surprising has come where they are talking about the Shravakas having cut off all fetters, have no
Yeah.
further benefit within the Buddha Dharma, and they will never aspire also. I
No,
mean,
no, this
they.
extreme view. Actually, they
Hmm.
are very strict,
Huh.
They cut off from everything. So that's why the Mahakassapa, he's very worried, We
Yes.
already conditioned to that,
Yes.
Okay, that means there no way they can achieve Anuttara Samyak
Hmm. Hmm.
Sambodhi.
Hmm. Hmm.
But Vimalakirti said, no, it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter, You can always come back. You can
Hmm.
always rejoin,
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, there's no such thing as you are totally cut off,
Yes.
Okay, so the Brahmana say it like that, then the Sravaka are totally cut off, from
Hmm.
the way of Buddhahood. They say, no, 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 it cannot be cut off. You can still continue. You can still change your way. That is very liberal thinking, That's a very liberal way. Okay, that's why it's not so strict. The way of Brahmana is not so strict and rigid as the Sramana.
Hmm.
Sramana are very strict, very rigid.
Yes.
Okay, the rules are very strict, very rigid, but the Brahmana is a little bit accommodative, Accommodative, yeah. And you
Okay.
see our sunya compared to the normal Zen practice, we also not that strict, You go to a proper Zen meditation, they are very strict. No talking.
Hmm.
So during practice, and then when during the sit up, you're not even allowed to move your body.
Hmm.
You cannot move your shoulder, move your hand. No, you're not allowed to move. You're quiet stillness, Okay, but our sunya, we don't go to that extreme.
Yes.
We don't go to that extreme because that is more like a Sravaka practice. So our sunya more on Brahmana based. Okay, we are not that and how you place your hand also, we never mind. But there, Gen 1, you have to place your hand
Hmm.
in a very certain way, You cannot
Hmm.
simply place your hand in anywhere. But in our sunya, as long as you relax, put your
Any
hand
mudra
anywhere.
is
So
fine.
and how you sit also never mind. Cross leg
Yes.
also, single lotus, double lotus, up to you. But this Zen, no, they try. You try to practice for double lotus. Both of
Oh.
that is very difficult, not easy, Okay, normally we only go for single lotus sit,
Yes.
Okay. But even that, sometimes we just cross leg,
Yes.
Okay, but Zen not like that. They are very strict, Okay, that's why the Brahmana, that's why this Mahakasapa is quite worried. We are so strict. That means we may not be able to continue the Buddha path. But Vimalakirti said no, you can always change. Okay, so that the saying that when you practice Sravaka, you cut off the root of Bodhisattva, that's not true. That's not true. But even many Mahayana, they're having the idea that one you are practice Sravaka, you cut off the root. No, 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 you do not cut off. No, the practice can be any way you want.
Yes.
And Sravaka is the basic training. Everybody has to go through the Sravaka stage.
Hmm.
You cannot skip the skate and directly go to
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. So no, you have to go through the Sravaka. Just like our Sunya, the first four level
Red
is
belt.
Sravaka. Listen
Yes.
and practice. Listen and practice. No, we don't have textbook. We teach them listen and practice. Only now we go for the sutra teaching. For the first level, for the red, for the what they call orange, yellow,
Yellow,
green.
green.
These are Sravaka practice.
Yes.
Okay, so that you cannot say that Saravaka low, Saravaka no good. No, you still have to go through that. That's the basic, that's the foundation. Only thing is that you should not claim Saravaka is everything.
Yes.
To claim, Saravaka is everything. No, they cannot claim. Like the Sri Lanka, everything. We don't agree with them. Okay. Then another claim is that Saravaka totally avoided. That's also wrong. Like many in Mahayana, they totally objected to Saravaka. That's also wrong. Both view are wrong. Both view are extreme. They are wrong. Okay, so that you need to approach a middle path.
Hmm.
Okay, not so strict at the Sravaka, not too lenient. Not just like playing the guitar.
Hmm.
Tuning the string,
Hmm.
just right tuning. Not too
Hmm.
soft, no music,
Don't
too
cut off
hard.
the string.
Then the string may snap, may cut. Okay, so you have to tune it to the right way. So in
Yeah.
your practice, not too lazy until you do anything, and not too hard. Sit for 5 to 6 hours. No. So we should go for the middle path. Yeah.
Okay. So
So is
if
there any question? Yeah.
we'll check if there are any questions. No, no questions.
No question. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we take some rest.
yes. So
Then
thank you
after
so much,
half an hour, we'll go for the
Changalu.
sadhana. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Lim. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
So that was it, guys, for today's session. And again, as we see, the sutra itself is now getting much more deeper, and it is clearing many of the you can say the misconceptions, the wrong views also. And also with Dr. Lim sharing the insights, it becomes more and more clearer. And the examples which he shares, though the analogy which he gives, that makes the teaching, the understanding of this sutra much more better. So we thank the compilers of this sutra, the the translators and everyone to Dr. Lim, and also for the ones who are helping us to do these shows. So and that was it, guys. Thank you so much for joining for this study. We'll see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. That was it for today. Namaste and bye.